Unity Worldwide Ministries and Unity World Headquarters have merged together and are now one entity. So as we refer to Unity Worldwide, we'll refer to it as UWH instead of UWM. And they have been extremely connected with us, supportive, and we have been getting a lot of dialogue and input with them. And one of the things is our wonderful minister of record, Reverend Phil. So if you all wonder why Reverend Phil pops up here and there and what is he doing, he's our minister of record, and we actually have him on our org chart. And what that is with Unity World Headquarters, they came up with that kind of after COVID as a way for Unity churches that are going through different changes or something like us without a permanent minister right now. So he's kind of like he's our minister buddy, and he's not temporary, he's not interim, he's a minister of record. And so what he does is he speaks once a month. And if you know, I told him actually, I think he may have said this last time, he's live when he's speaking. I know some people, he's participating right now live, and he can hear us. You can hear us, right? Can you hear us right now? Maybe he's turned off because of the meeting. But yeah, so when he speaks on Sunday, so he's speaking with us usually once a month as part of his minister of record duties, and he's live. And then he attends the board meetings too. He's officially a board member.
And also the coaching.
And he attends the Dr. Gary coaching with us, yes. And he's amazing. And we're really blessed to have him. He's an incredible minister, very, very experienced. Very experienced. He is. He's all around. There he is. So, well, you know what? This is a big announcement, so I'm just going to go with the echo. We have been working with everyone and Dr. Gary and Unity Worldwide Headquarters, and we have our minister search packet out. So it's officially out. Unity World Headquarters has it posted. It's live. So that's a big, let's give a clap for that. It's a big one. Yep. So part of that, and you've heard us talking over the last year, is a lot of the things we were doing to get ready for that is to get all of our kind of ducks in a row and our house in order. And you're going to hear more about that from the finance side. There was a lot of work, amazing amount of work on that Jim and Forrest will report on. We also wanted to get a lot of the structure, the staff, the integral ministry system set up. So all of that is happening, and a lot of that is we're seeing the fruits of that. And so the announcement is out, and we are open, and we are receiving, and we know that the right and perfect minister will come, and we have been advised that it could be a long time, like a long average around the country is up to a year. So we'll just see. We're excited. We're open. We're excited. Our hearts are open. We have a positive attitude, and here we go with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's great. And
yeah.
Thank you for all your hard work. Allison has worked tirelessly to get that.
Yeah, on that. Thank you. All right, I think we're ready for our finance folks. Yes, we are. We are ready.
Do we want to do any questions about?
Oh, we do. Sorry. Yeah, we do want to do questions now on it.
We're trying to just
sorry, guys.
Block it.
Yes.
So, yeah. Does anybody have questions before we go into the finance part?
About anything about what we just updated you on? Bill?
Bill.
Forrest, we're going to ask you to speak in the mic because it's being recorded. He does.
Live? Hello? Thanks, Clifton. You mentioned about up to a year to get a minister. Ideally, what would be the time frame that you would like to have? What's kind of the start and when's the end? I assume the end would be a year, but when would you?
I mean, we've never had that conversation about our ideal. We've only been advised, but certainly I personally wouldn't want to see it more than a year, and I think we're really open. I think it's more about the right person. And we also, think we feel so open that we're like, it could be part-time, it could be full-time. Like we're just in receivership of who's interested and if it's a good fit for the direction we all want to go. But do you have a different response to that?
No, that's a great response. I was just going to say that the year is just a general number that the worldwide and Reverend Phil and Dr. Gary are just saying in general. So it could be a month, it could be 2 years. I mean, it's just, we, I know you've heard the numbers before, but the numbers are that there's a lot less ministers than there used to be, that 30% of unities in America have less than 30 members. So we're in a really good place, and we're very, like Jen said, we're in receivership, and we're open, and we're being very flexible and very open. So we'll just see.
I also think that we're a very desirable place to be and a very desirable congregation to be a part of. So I hold a really high hope that it will not be.
We have to stop now.
Yeah.
We got timed out. Time for the finance. Russ, get the mic for you. Russ?
I got 3 hands.
Well, Russ was first, or I saw him first, so go with Russ.
I'm sorry. I just want to pop in the whole question about finding a minister. The person that we're looking for is someone who is going to really fully support the path that we are on. It's not just someone who is interested in coming to Unity of Santa Barbara and looks shiny on the Christmas tree. It's someone who really understands what we are trying to do in terms of the integral ministry process and is fully supportive of supporting that and coaching us through that. So that's an very important piece, and we have to keep that in mind.
Yes, thanks for bringing that up, Russ. And I just add to that one of our qualifications in the search packet is that the candidate has already completed the integral ministry practice certification that UWH has, or that there will be signing up for it. So that's a criteria for sure.
Some other questions?
Catherine?
I'm just curious if we wanted to look at the minister packet, is that available for us to? It's not like you're going to send it out, but I'm also curious to that end about the minister versus the business versus things that have happened in the past, so that we get a minister. Is the minister we're looking for in charge of the spiritual community? Or I'm looking at the org chart. So I know I don't want to have you answer that now, but I'd be very curious to know how those roles align. Are we one person, two person? Just from historical. So you don't have to answer it, maybe.
I will answer. One thing is you had two questions, or a two-part question, or three. So the first answer to your question is that the job announcement is live. So I'll just text you the link. You can see it. And anybody else, if you know anyone that wants to apply, send them the link. And the second one is that there's some really great handouts that Dr. Gary did comparing minister-centric minister to an integral ministry practice minister. There's 2 handouts, and I will email them to you. And if anybody else wants them, I know the influencers have them, the board has them. They're really show that really well. And then we can talk more about that, but we are all on board with absolutely. You can see how this structure, this organization is so strong right now, and a big part of it is because of a business manager working full-time. Let's just give a round of hand to Michael. Come on, Michael. Yay, Michael. There's our guy. Yeah. We know that to be true. We've seen it over. We just know that to be true. So for sure, that's a given. Yeah. Any more questions? Yeah.
2 questions. I'm wondering if any of the current speakers might be candidates for the minister job permanently.
Anyone is welcome to apply. Well, the process, the way it works is they apply to Unity Worldwide Headquarters. So it's not through us, it's through Unity Worldwide headquarters, and then there's a whole procedure that Unity Worldwide does and with us and all of that. So it just went out last week, so yes.
Okay. Second question is, housing, as we know, is, god-awful expensive in Santa Barbara. Is there a provision in the salary that you're offering for housing?
Well, maybe you guys can speak to it more, but the standard is the way the minister compensation packet is offered is broken down into salary and housing. And so there's tax reasons for all of that and everything. But certainly it is, and we have been brainstorming about some ideas on that. And if anyone has ideas on that, we're thinking really big picture brainstorming. So we know that the housing is a huge issue, and welcome any and big ideas, like thinking out there outside of the box about how to address this. So yeah, good question.
I would like to just get a little more clarity on the queue process and the spirit groups. Is that all one?
Oh, good question. No, they're two different parts of the integral ministry model. The queue process is a 6-week coaching process that will be done with me, and we go through, and then there's videos, and that basically is kind of doing our internal work. It's about our shadow parts that come up, and then the conscious living, what is it called? Conscious living circle, used to be spirit groups, is about community. And so those are something that will be organized into small groups, ministries, meeting in homes or here or in restaurants, wherever you like. And it gives us a community to go to. It really builds on this whole integral ministry model in terms of doing our inner work and doing our connection work with others and being in community.
So the queue process is integrated into the spirit groups?
It is not. It's separate, completely.
Separate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'd be happy to talk to you more if you want to know more about that too.
And then the spirit groups, you'd like to start up the end of April?
The queue process will be launched in April, the first training being in May, and the spirit groups, we're actually looking, I believe we're looking to hire somebody who will be running that program. Some people might do it with volunteers, but I think our intention is really wanting to hire somebody who's going to run this and put this together and see it through. I'm not really sure of the details, but
Yeah, it's just evolving. If any of you were around when we had the Spirit Group Ministry, we had our previous business manager run that. It's a big program, so it's a small group ministry program. The Q process is a workshop and a WERP, and this is a small group ministry.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we'll be having the workshops for the queue process.
Yes,
Oh, I can't wait.
and the teaser one will be at the end of April, is that when Reverend Denise and Jennifer will give after service, so
All right.
that'd be great for you to come to that, because
Oh, I love
you'll
it.
get
Yeah,
a
thank
lot,
you.
you'll have a lot more understanding about it.
Yeah, great, thank you.
Hi, this is Bob. In regards to unity of, do we still have people attending to be ministers?
Will you ask that one more time?
In regards to Unity Village, do we have people attending to become ministers there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are still people who are being trained to be ministers. I just think that the numbers have gotten much smaller. And ministries are shrinking tremendously, and I don't have the statistics in front of me, but we did a deep dive before we all decided to launch into this integral ministry model. And what everybody was saying, including Worldwide, and of course, the integral ministry, Dr. Gary, is that this is the only way they believe that is to stay alive. I mean, to remain. That's the most important thing to me, and to grow. But that's the most important thing. I am so passionate about this because I think this is going to work.
Yeah, I have a question. Since the Q process is a workshop, is there going to be a fee for participants?
There is a fee. I talked to Denise about what the fee is, and it's sort of gets to be decided by the church and by me as the host. It's a 6-week intensive program, and it's usually around $200, like $199. So that's the low side. Some coaches charge more. I can't imagine going any higher than that. Yeah. And I have not talked to anybody about this, but if there's anybody who can afford that, I would really like to create some sort of scholarship program so that everybody here can take it. I don't see any reason why not everybody should take it unless you don't want to, of course. I respect that, but yeah.
Okay, thanks,
Okay,
everybody.
thanks,
That's
guys.
great. Thank you. And next, we will have our wonderful finance experts. Yeah. Let's see. And I'll just get on your slide here. Oh. Nothing's happening.
No, too far. Too far.
Am I doing it or are you doing it? You guys help me get back there. One more. Nope. Forward, backwards. There. Oh. Nope.
Too fast.
This isn't working.
Okay.
The budget one.
It's the down button.
Yeah, that's one I was cutting. Oh, that's yours.
There we go. Okay.
Do the overview, a little bit of a quick
Sure.
overview? Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. If you could please bring up the slide, that would be very helpful. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Forrest. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great. So I'm Forrest Lightberg. Good to see you. I think very many familiar faces. Jim?
Partner?
How could you not know Jim? So we'd like to share some updates regarding the financials of Unity of Santa Barbara. I'll start off with some general updates, and Jim will go into more depth regarding the specifics of the financials. At this point, we are working with a new bookkeeping firm who has done a tremendous job lifting, well, I would say the 185-pound barbell of organizing our finances over the past 6 months, and has done a tremendous job of that. And so I'm happy to say, we're happy to share here that we have resulted in a wonderfully positive net surplus in the past 12 months. That is what we didn't know what we would see, because we needed to organize our financials a little bit more perfectly. So we'll share more about the details there shortly. That person has also resulted in some cost savings, because we used to have a staff member on payroll who handled our books and other financial matters, and now we pay a flat, relatively low fee for someone who has decades of experience and is just wonderful. I mean, I've worked with her for 3 years in my work. And that's where, oh, you can't hear me? Okay. Sure. Okay. We also have our wealth management team back online, dynamically overseeing our financials and providing. Bill, thank you so much. Pat, everybody else who's served on that team has been of tremendous support to this process. Together, one of the goals that we have with the Integrated Ministry Program, IMP, is to support the operating expenses of Unity of Santa Barbara through automatic giving, 100%, whether that's on a monthly basis, a quarterly basis, an annual basis, but to have full participation whereby our operating expenses are covered in a reliable, dependable, consistent manner each and every month, each and every year. And lastly, those are just some broad stroke updates. I'd like to pass it on to Jim for budgetary, financial updates, specifics, and I'll be here too to help answer any questions as well.
We love the specifics, so let's have some fun. Okay, this has been a story all by itself, but we find you should have a copy of the financials. If you don't have, there's one sheet that has a summary budget schedule. If you don't have that, raise your hand, we'll get you one. Okay, Russ needs one, and over here, 2 copies. So this is a abbreviated form of the full budget. This full budget takes up about 4 pages, so it'd be a little longer than we could go through today. So this is really an overview. So if there's any other questions about the details, pop up after the meeting today, and I've got all the full reports here with me, so we can answer any questions about that as we go forward. Let's start with the top number, 763,000. It's one of the biggest numbers we've had in quite some time. It's over last year's income number by almost $250,000. So number one, that's really good. And the other part of the income statement that's really good is the, can you hear me? Yes. The other part of the income statement that's really good is what you've heard Michael. Michael, basically, we've talked about renting property here at Unity for years. We didn't have the resources or the labor to pull it off. So bring in Michael Avery, who's now the property manager, and his team that helped put that together. So they decided what property in here we could lease out. They prepared it, they advertised it, they interviewed clients for it, and now every square foot that we don't need for Unity operations is under contract. And that has brought us a total by itself of $87,000 per year. So phenomenal number. So in the numbers that are also in there, by the way, the new minister package, the initial package for the offer and benefits, whatever they decide to work out, is already in the budget. So usually we go out and start hiring a minister, then we figure out how we're going to pay for it. So we've got a big thing out of the way up front. So we've got a good package already out of the start. So now as we go down the numbers here, let's see, we've got the total 763, some of the larger operating expenses, that's pretty much everything that it takes to keep the church going. And again, I've got the full blown printout for that, should you have interest in that going forward. So total for all of those expenses is $685,700. And then under that, net operating income is $18,183. Down at the bottom, we have a net income overall of $76,500. So that's net over the top. That's a green number that we have yet to use for after the full budget. So we're in a pretty good position right now going forward. So let's see, Forrest, anything else we're going to chat about?
Only if you have questions outside. Anything else? Are we discussing the P&L?
Uh-oh.
Speak loudly. Have we paid down our line of credit?
Well, funny you should ask. 3 months ago, we had a $30,000 balance on the line of credit. The following month, it was paid down to 0. So now we also have that extra $100K. Should we need it, we're trying very hard not to touch that line of credit. But if we need it, it's there, and we're in good standing with the bank as well. Okay, any other questions? Uh-oh. Don't give that to him.
Hi, Jim. Great
Hi,
job.
Bob.
Something doesn't make sense to me in reading this. Maybe it's my eyes. And that is your net operating line income, I think, is missing either 100, but it's saying it looks like it's 18,000. And that's impossible if your bottom line is 76,000. So am I misreading it?
Did we get the right one for us?
Oh, yeah. Hold on one moment. There might be a typo.
Yeah.
Let's check here. Let's check here.
Go ahead. You got that?
Wait a minute. That's total other income. 18,183 is total other income. So right above it are total expenses.
Okay, so it's mislabeled as net operating income. That, you should have a 1 in front of that, I think.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. The other question I would have, actually, that wasn't, it's just a typo, I can see that.
Yeah.
We just heard that it may take up to a year to add a new minister. And you also mentioned that in the budget, you've already built in their cost. So 76,000 is kind of almost a worst-case basis. Because if the minister doesn't arrive, we'll have whatever that filled funding was, we'll increase that number. So this is very healthy. Very cool. I would ask the question in terms of the rental income, since that's a major piece and it's really, really important. How does that break out on a monthly basis? What is the monthly rental income? Because that's sort of a mainstay for you.
I have that information.
You do?
We don't have it up here, but we do have that information readily available.
Okay, because that's your consistent line, et cetera.
Yes,
So,
yes,
okay.
yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll let you go after that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, the finance, Bob, the finance team, the wealth management team meets every month. Basically, that's in their monthly line item. Our next task will be to take this budget for the year, break it down into 12-month segments, and then use that to manage month by month where we're going. And that number is in there by month.
One of the things,
Go ahead.
one of the things that we've discussed on the finance team is looking for trends. We've had a trend in the past 2 fiscal years, it's an upward trend, and we're hoping and we're intending for that to continue on an upward trend where our revenues and our net surplus continues to increase. But we are looking at trends, and built into this budget is the flexibility we need regarding the salaries of staff, it's particularly the minister's package, to be able to decide what we want that to be based upon where we see the trends going. And so, Bob, you're correct that the minister's salary, what we plugged into this budget is a 4-month period of not having a minister as an estimate. And so when you look at the full budget, you'll see that the minister's compensation package is actually less than the full fiscal years because they'll be here sometime in the next year, we are envisioning. And so, but with that hire, there is flexibility. That's why we're very open to part-time or full-time, because we want to see what we can absorb. And we also have other goals and other intentions and other investments. And a part of that as well is, I'm happy to say that we can allocate some of the surplus from this past year into some reasonable cash reserves. We're aiming for at least 3 months. And so now it's less about just pure survival and more about dreaming up the future of what's possible to create for this community. And that's the wonderful position that we're in and that you can help us with. Yeah.
Well put. Thank you. Any other questions?
I wanted to know how much is in the Santa Barbara Foundation, and are they able to tell us how they're investing it, and are we able to get any of that?
We do. Allison is in pretty regular communication with the Santa Barbara Foundation, and you have a quick update?
We have our endowment fund with the Santa Barbara Foundation. It's a fund that we are now getting revenue off of that, so we use that, and that is in the budget. It's approximately $36,000 a year that's coming off of that. As if you want to see how they invest in all their investments, then one of these wonderful gentlemen can provide that to you offline. But yeah, we have the statements that come from them and everything.
And what's the total amount?
Right now, it's approximately $1 million, which is the investment, and then the income that comes off of that per year is about $36,000. Yeah, and I'm not sure if I heard you, but it's the intention of that is an investment, so that it's not intended that we would ever use the principal. Although, as you know, like that it has been in an emergency in the past, like when we did the roofing, we were able to do that. But it's a lengthy process and a vote and everything, so that is not typically an option. Yeah.
It's what we call permanently restricted funds.
So I don't have a question, but I have some thoughts I want to share, and I'm having one of those
heart-pounding moments, that's my message to speak. I want to honor all the people on the teams, on the board, on the staff, but I also want to honor every single person here, because the doors would not be open without the people, all of you who have showed up. And to realize we could have gone under during COVID, and we have survived, and now we're going into a time of thriving. And I'm so honored and blessed to be part of this community.
Okay, any other questions directly about the budget? So at this point, the budget has been put together, reviewed, and approved by the Wealth Finance team. It's gone on to the board, who has also reviewed it and has been approved by the board. And now it is ready to go to the members. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Bob, do we have a second? Russ, thank you. All right, all in favor? Raise your hand. Good job. Opposed? We did it. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. So I would happy to invite our wonderful Barbara Mintzer up. She is will be giving the report on the board nominating committee.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the names of the board members that are up for election tomorrow. And we have Connie Brown. Oh, that was today is tomorrow. Got it. That are up for election today. That's right. I got this yesterday. Okay. We have Connie Brown, who is a new nominee. Patricia Heller. Allison Jordan. Forrest, where'd you go? Forrest Lightberg. Reverend Philip, who we see all the time. He's the minister of record. And Jennifer Smith, our incumbent. Yes. What I'd like to do, I'd like to ask for a motion to elect them and one to second. Do I have a motion to elect? Yes? Kathleen Blake, and do I have a second? Adrian Morinini. All those in favor, please raise your hand. All those opposed, please raise your hand. Okay. Oh, I'm just telling you to raise.
She's coming out.
Now, per the bylaws, I'm going to ask for 2 people to volunteer to serve on the nominating committee next year. I have 2 volunteers for next year. It's really very interesting to do this. Get to meet wonderful candidates. No? I could be one. Does anyone want to join me? Okay, all in favor of me, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, keep your mouth. No. Jim, are you? Oh, my buddy Jim. All in favor of Jim, say aye. All opposed? All right, okay, so Jim and I will see you again next year.
Thank you. I'd just like to ask the new board to stand, please. Everybody
Yay!
stand.
Thank you.
Reverend Phil's standing. And I want to give a special acknowledgement to Jim Knight.
Yes. Yay!
Jim stepped on the board in July, and he said just for a few months, and we managed to keep him for 8. So we're, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. It was very critical. Forrest and Jim worked so hard on all the background. You're seeing all the fruits of the labor, and Jim's is just incredibly knowledgeable. And I always ask Jim, I'm like, Jim, how long have you been on the wealth management team or the finance committee? And he's like, oh, well, yeah, decades. We're so blessed to have you and your expertise. Thank you. So looking forward, we have a lot to celebrate. We have a lot to keep going for. I encourage you all to get as involved as you want and to keep asking questions. And there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of exciting things going on. Michael has all the answers. But really, the Michael and as the business manager and the staff are running the day-to-day and all the ins and outs, and we're just incredibly grateful to have such a good team. That's really what you see, all the things that are going on. People come up to me and thank me, and I'm like, it's really, thank you, but so much of it is the staff, and we're really lucky and our team is growing, the staff, so it's really great. Reverend Phil is going to say a few words for us. He's there. There he is.
Hi, everybody. Hi. I just wanted to let you know that I've been a Unity minister for 50 years and a certified Unity ministry consultant for 20. I love what Dr. Gary Simmons is teaching the board and other leaders here about integral ministry practice. It's a way to support and empower healthy, successful ministries beyond anything that I have seen in my career. One aspect of the IMP is showing people how to see and embrace the unconscious aspects of themselves that have so often led to projecting those parts onto other people in the ministry, resulting in unhealthy conflict. Another aspect of the IMP is small group ministry, with members rotating to new groups, learning how to minister to each other, and doing service projects together, thereby getting to know each other even more deeply. I am so glad to see Unity of Santa Barbara learning about the integral ministry practice and inviting a new permanent minister who will embrace this approach to the ministry. So I just wanted to throw my 2 cents worth in about that because I think it's fabulous.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Reverend Phil will be doing our closing prayer, and then we will be adjourned. Reverend Phil.
All right, let's just take another moment then and give thanks for the wonderful path that this ministry is on, for all of the wonderful people who are involved in it, for all not only that has happened, but all that is going to happen this next year. And we lovingly remind ourselves constantly that the Holy Spirit is the true leader of this ministry. And so thank you, God, and thank you all for being here. Amen. Amen. Okay. You can hear me now? I just wanted to say thank you to you guys too. Okay, signing off, me too. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful Easter. Thank you.